Hey everyone, how's it going? What am I working on now? I got a 2011 Nissan Frontier. I might have mentioned this in another video. It's got a weird problem. And the issue is, when it's cold, first thing in the morning, below 60 degrees normally, it does vary a little bit. And you go to start it, what happens is you start it, the RPMs will kick up like they're supposed to, and then suddenly, in the process of that, it'll drop down, and in that instant it drops down, the check engine light will flash and the four-wheel drive light will flicker, as if you turned the key off and then on quickly. And it'll keep doing that until the coolant temperature gets over 60. Now the problem is, it's about 57, 58 degrees now, so it may be too late. But what I'm going to try to do is, I'm curious because I've had the scanner hooked up, and when you have the scanner hooked up, when you are trying to look at data, and you go to start it, the data blanks out. So it's hard to tell, like, is that just how this thing's made or whatever? So I'm gonna try to eliminate the key completely from this situation. I'm gonna turn the key on, and I'm gonna jump start the starter through the fuse box and start it that way, just to see if the problem happens. But like I said, it's warm out right now. It's like 57, 58 degrees, so it may actually be too warm for it to happen. Let's find out. I might have to wait till tomorrow for this. I don't know. So, just sticking the key in, key is on. If you recall, this is the vehicle that I did the flashing dashboard with, or the flashing cluster. So it's an automatic. If you're ever jumping a starter on a vehicle, make sure, if it's a stick shift, absolutely make sure it's in neutral. Don't do it when it's in gear, because you're gonna have a problem. Now, somebody had been chasing this issue, and I want to show you something. See those relays? Those relays are busted out of this thing. Like somebody has been in there trying to do something. It's also got a new throttle body. It's got a new mass air meter. So somebody's been chasing this problem with no luck. So I was checking, and this wire should be the trigger wire. Now I have my power probe hooked to the battery, and there you have power, there you have ground. So this should, as you see, it lit up green, meaning it's all ground, which is normal. That's what it should do. So now if I trip it, oh wow. All right. Well, it's also got a starter issue. You heard that. I don't want to let it run too long. Okay, it's not doing it right now. Let me shut this off. Let me try it with the key now. Yeah, it's not doing it. Okay. It is just too warm outside for it to happen. So we're going to have to let it sit another day and see what happens. All right. Well, that was very uneventful. Okay. Let's end this right here. All right, so we're going to try this again. It's the next day. Only problem is, it's almost 60 degrees out. So I'm not sure if it's going to happen at all. Let me just try starting it with the key and see what happens first. Yep. There it goes. And that's exactly what it's doing. Be just cold enough. I'm going to try starting it. Let me get something to my power probe to start it through the connector and see what happens. All right, so I have the key in the run position, and like I said, if you have a stick shift car, don't do this unless you absolutely know it's in neutral. But here I have my power probe, and I'm going to stick it into the wire that trips the starter right here. Now there is, you can turn that buzzer on and off on this. The little green light comes up telling you that it's grounded, which just means that the wire is going to the starter solenoid. It's going to read ground until you introduce power to it. However, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do this, because you could short something out. So I just happen to know what I'm doing, luckily enough, right? So let's see how it starts. Nope, still does it. And now it's done for. How do you find that? How do you find that problem? If I can get a couple of days where it's like 40 degrees out, you know, first thing in the morning, I can stay out here and work on it. That'd be a different story, but it's already straightened itself out. So it's like you have such a short window of time. And let me just double check codes, because it wasn't setting codes before. I did hook the scanner up. I'm just gonna go through it and see what I got. If I remember correctly, it wasn't setting any codes before. Sorry about the glare, nothing I could do about that. This takes a while. Nissans are incredibly slow. I don't know why, but they are. I mean, and this new Snap-on that I have, this Triton, that they let me borrow for a while, I like it. I do like it. But it's incredibly fast. Like, from the point where you touch the button to start this thing up, like within 3 seconds, this thing's ready to go. It's like instant how quick it is. But I'm going to let this just do its thing. Just for some reason, Nissans and their manner of communicating just takes forever. So let me let this go through, and then I'll show you what I come up with. All right, so it has no code set. So I wanted to just check the monitors to see. And the monitors are basically like self-tests, and you have to have the certain monitors pass in order to pass inspection, like for misfire, catalytic converter, stuff like that, emissions. They have to test the internal, they have to pass the internal test that is programmed into the system in order to pass inspection. You know, like I said, they're self-tests to make sure that that system is working the way it's supposed to. So clearing your check engine light will reset those to basically test not complete, meaning it doesn't pass. So just something to think about. But let me show you real quick. Like I said, no codes, but here, this is misfire test complete. It could either say not supported or test complete. If it says test incomplete, that means it hasn't passed yet. Not supported or test complete. So for fuel system, test is complete. Components, whatever in the world that is. Catalyst, not complete. So that's not done yet. Heated cat, it's not supported. Evap system, not complete. Secondary air, not supported. Not supported. Not supported. Test complete for O2 heaters. EGR is not complete. Now, when it says something like that, like not complete versus not supported, not complete means the test is there, it just hasn't run yet because it hasn't met the conditions yet to pass that test or run the test. If it says not supported, that means it's not available on this particular vehicle for whatever reason. Like, this thing might not be equipped with EGR. You know what I mean? So then it would say, you know, not supported on this particular vehicle. So I'm going to take it for a ride. I'm going to see if I can't get the CAT monitor to pass, because we did put a catalytic converter on this thing, because that was her main complaint. But I think that starting issue can be hurting the catalytic converters. So I want to see what it does. All right, so let's take it for a ride. Okay, well, let me just show you what we got now. So we have the misfire is complete. This is complete from before. Then fuel system, complete from before. And components, test complete from before. Catalyst is now test complete. So it did run that test. The heated cat, not supported. The EGR test is complete. Okay, actually I think that's O2 sensor heater, the test is complete. The O2 sensor is not complete. And the evap is not complete. Okay, so we have two that are not complete. And if I'm not mistaken, here in North Carolina, we have all but one not complete. So it still has to finish one monitor. So, but it's passing monitors, which is good. I mean, it had a CAT code before for the left side CAT being no good. So we did replace that, and that fixed that problem. So that's a good thing. Just trying to figure out what's up with that running issue. So I got to see if they want me to continue delving into that and figuring out exactly what's going on there. I would like to know what's going on. It's just more of a curiosity thing for me personally than anything else. So, but yeah, let's see what comes of that. see what they actually want to do. But I think I may just end this video here. At least you got to see it with that issue. I did learn about what the cluster messages are, so I might make a separate video on that and show you what's actually going on there. So, but that'll be a separate video. All right, guys. Hopefully you're getting something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, have a great day. Keep wrenching.